Hello everyone, welcome back to the shady part of the island. So, ooh, excuse me. Just to quickly explain, so I do realize it's Friday. Originally I wasn't going to stream today because I did have overtime, but then it ended up being a kind of a snowy disaster. So, I did try to go to work and I got stuck in the snow. That led to obviously having to call in and then figuring a way to get back home. Got that dealt with that. So, I still want to try to do a little bit more in Persona Q. I want to try and get you to at least like 50, and then I think we'll do some on-screen leveling grinding to try and trigger the supposed event that I've been queued in on. So, hopefully by next Friday, I plan on continuing Persona Q on Friday. But I do have some other stuff that is actually coming up later today. So, in a way, missing walk kind of ended up in my favor because I get to catch the party event that I would have missed at walk. And while on that note, that means I also have to end a little earlier. So, I figured we got to, I believe, Act 3 of this game. And I imagine we'll be wrapping up this game pretty soon here. Yeah. So, I imagine we're pretty close to the end, probably. And I only picked the next game to replace this on Monday, so I figured let's go ahead and see if we can finish this up. Put this one on the PAL, and we'll be away with a new game for Monday. So that is the plan. So our current suspects are inside this lighthouse supposedly. So let's check this out here.
The doors are locked tight with a padlock.
We'll have to get it open somehow. We have to find them.
It's locked. Damn it.
Sneaky buggers. Let's find another way in.
So both ways are locked, and that seems to be all we can interact with.
No, I don't.
So we can't lockpick it with that.
The papers we discovered in Guilfrey's safe.
Any comment on them?
Dry sticks and leaves.
Oh, that got added to my inventory.
A rather mysterious skull from a species unknown to us.
Now I find the skull interesting because that's obviously a human skull. So I'm assuming the creature on the island's actually a person. I guess crowbar would be the next obvious thing.
It's no good. The padlock is too strong to prise off with a crowbar.
Well, we're about the door then.
I'm not really inclined to start waving a crowbar around willy-nilly.
Okay, well, that ain't what you need then.
This seems...
No spooky wooky. Well, then I don't...
We can't go back now. We need to catch the criminals while we have them cornered.
Okay, so we have to do something, you know.
No.
What could... I mean, I can't imagine a knife being used.
I'd really rather... I have
So I can't use the crowbar. He reacts to it, though.
It's no good. The padlock is...
Too strong. I don't really have any way to weaken it.
I'm really not sure. No,
What could I do?
I'm really not... no. This seems...
Break it with the mask. Honestly, I don't see what to do here.
no.
I mean, there's only two things, unless there's something really... Oh, what?
The doors are locked.
So I can select the padlock itself.
This is locked tight. I can't get it off.
Remember how the limehouse lizards cracked open that safe containing the Duchess's pearls? We could do the same. Blast the blasted thing off.
Problem is, I don't have anything to blast it open with.
Here, I still have some of that gunpowder we took from the caves. Thought I'd grab some extra just in case. You can have the rest of the contents in my pockets too, in case it's of any use.
Oh. Where was that when I needed it at the chimney? What, you have the threaded needle?
Right, I'm going to pour this gunpowder into the padlock. The lantern is long since extinguished, and anyway, I do myself a mischief setting light to the gunpowder when I'm right by it. I'll place some of the thread from this sewing kit into the lock and run it a safe distance.
Well, it won't let me leave still, will it?
We can't go back now.
So I need to somehow create a fire, or... well, there's the twigs.
I can generate a bit of heat with this tinder, but the fuse isn't lighting. I need to make it more flammable.
Oil. I might not still have a light, but I'm sure it still has oil.
I'd really rather not.
No? No?
I have
Something more flammable.
I have reservation. This seems unlikely. I'm really not sure. I'd really rather... I'll need to find a way to light this. What can I use to start a fire?
File.
I'm really not...
Flammable. I mean, the oil is...
A lamp with paraffin in it. This seems unlikely. I have
I can't, like, dip it in anything?
I'd really rather...
Or maybe I need to do it with the needle?
This seems
Or put the...
Okay, I've soaked the fuse in the last dregs of oil from this lantern. Now it should light.
Okay, there we go. Right idea, just the wrong thing the game wanted me to do.
Okay, hopefully I can use these twigs to generate a bit of a spark. Aha!
It's going. Stand back, old thing. Hooves over the old lugs, what?
Almost there now.
This is it. This is...
The padlock is loose now, but I still can't prise it off with my bare hooves. That's it! The padlock is off. Finally I can open this hatch.
Oh, that don't look good.
My god, Frumple, what is this place? Just what has been happening here?
Oh, what? They like cloning people?
I say, Winklebottom, who's this unfortunate figure?
Quickly, Frumple, we should get this gag out of his mouth. Right, old boy, soon have this out of your mouth.
Oh, thank you, sirs. I rather feared my number was up. What on earth is going on here?
That was rather going to be my question. May I ask with whom I have the pleasure of conversing?
Oh, how rude of me. My apologies. I am Ulysses Spode of Spode and Flabbernacle. At your service, sir.
I say, you're the fellow that Toad chap is impersonating. Not that you tricked me for a second, you understand.
He tied me up. just as I arrived at the island. Asked all sorts of questions about me and my client, Mr. Gilfrey. You know the Admiral?
Yes, indeed, and I'm afraid I have some rather sad news in that regard. However, right now we must urgently search his laboratory. We're really in an awful hurry.
Oh, be careful. There's something ghastly going on in here. Have you seen that thing? That creature, all hairless and pallid? Oh, never in all my days have I set eyes on such a thing.
So, I'm assuming they discovered some remnants of humanity and, like, cloned, like, a version of human from DNA or some shit.
We'll be careful, and we'll be back to set you free as soon as possible.
Or you could just do that now.
Oh, don't mind me, old thing. I'll just wait here until you're ready.
Or you could just do that now.
Good grief, what macabre experiments have occurred down here?
This equipment looks like it can deliver a heck of a shock to the system. Might be useful to kickstart a chap's ticker.
Or start one up from scratch, perhaps? What on earth are these things?
They're abhorrent, blasphemous creatures. Ugly blighters too.
I wonder, could these be related to that strange skull Gilfrey found?
Their noggins would seem to be about the right shape, though these poor chaps don't look like the healthiest specimens of whatever species they are.
That creature outside, though. Are these previous attempts to create that thing? Is that even possible?
Dashed if I know. I can help chaps keep hold of life, but creating it from nothing? Fellows that did that would be a damn sight cleverer than me, that's for sure.
Well, this doesn't help us with our immediate concern in any case. Various chemicals and concoctions, a cure for what ails ya?
Wouldn't go sipping those willy-nilly. Some nasty stuff there.
A book about something called DNA. Mean anything to you, Frumple?
Looks like biology, but nothing I was ever taught. If I don't know about it, it's likely just bunkum and balderdash. I say, a chap could probably hide in here if he or she wanted to.
The same thought had crossed my mind, old thing. Okay, ready? Aha!
Oh well, better look next time, eh?
Blast, it's locked. Spode and Price could be through here.
Bloody locked doors. As soon as we get back to London, I'm getting one of those skeleton keys that Charlie Weasel used for breaking into all those nightclubs.
What on earth? Why has the light gone out? Ow! I say, what was that?
Ouch! Something bloody well stabbed me.
Gentlemen,
Price, what's going on here? And where is Spode?
oh, Mr. Winklebottom. I'm sorry it had to come to this. Why did you have to start poking your noses into things that don't concern you? I just wanted to be left alone with my work, but you wouldn't let me, would you? The same as Gilfrey wouldn't let me.
I don't understand. Are you saying you killed Gilfrey?
I didn't, as it happens. But does it matter, really? He had to be stopped. He was going to tell the world about my discovery. Stop my experiments.
That creature.
It is not a creature. It is a human.
I say, a what?
A human. Homo sapiens, if you want its scientific name. Oh, you'd find them fascinating, Doctor. Before the world as we know it existed, they ruled the earth, you know, built great cities and fought terrible wars. They were like gods.
Sounds like you want to take their place. You're playing God.
I have recreated them. Just a tiny trace of biological matter on that skull was all I needed. From just that, I was able to create cells, and from cells, a whole body.
Took you a few goes, though, by the looks of it.
Nobody's perfect, Mr. Frumple. The mistakes were unfortunate, but an essential step in my work. And the final result, well, he is perfect.
I'm starting to see why Gilfrey wanted to stop you. It was you he was trying to get rid of, wasn't it? He wanted you off the island and your work stopped.
He didn't understand. Wanted to just tell the world about everything. They would have taken my creation from me. Lucky for me that others wanted the secret kept too.
The imposter, Spode.
He's their representative. He's just here to help get me and my work away from this place. His organization is most insistent that this discovery is kept secret from the general public. They, at least, appreciate me.
It was him, wasn't it? He poisoned Gilfrey to keep him quiet.
No, sorry. That's enough. I've just been keeping you talking long enough for the poison to kick in. It should be well into your system by now. Can you feel it?
Oh, I'm feeling a bit peaky, old thing.
Me too, Frumple.
I'm sorry I had to do it. But you would have stopped me, wouldn't you? I have to get off the island with my work like we planned before the wretched storm ruined everything.
Hello, welcome. We all possibly in the unfortunate circumstances here.
Wait, stop. Let's discuss this like civilized animals. It's not too late.
Sorry, Mr. Winklebottom. The boat should be here by now, and you've most kindly found the papers Gilfrey took from me. You've been searching high and low for these. And you've brought the skull, too, I see. I'll have those.
Wait, No.
Deal. Is this like a bad end, or is this supposed to be happening? Oh, deal.
Frumple, snap out of it.
I don't feel so good, old thing.
Quickly, we need to find an antidote. I need you, Dr. Frumple.
Antidote.
Ah, doctor, I need a doctor. Come on, old boy, you have to help. There are lots and lots and lots and oh, I'm repeating myself. The point is, there must be something we can do with all these chemicals.
So what are you doing? Having some eggs on toast?
Give me a moment, I need to think in my head.
Well?
Well, I remember my school holidays in summer running through the grass. The colour of the leaves on the trees, everything was so happy then.
I'm not sure this is helpful.
It just popped into my head when I was thinking about how to make an antidote. Look at the funny wobbly monkey.
You really should stop your limbs from swaying like that, old thing. It's really most alarming.
Come on, old chaps. Snap out of it.
Look, a door.
Door. No, words lost all meaning for me.
Frumple, look, it's a table.
Oh, maybe we could hold a nice dinner party. I'm rather hungry. Are you hungry?
Frumple, look, it's a...
Oh, what? Oh, whoa, that was weird.
I hope this tastes better than it looks. No, it was worse. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I need to talk to Dr. Dumple. Oh, hello, it's Dr. Frumple. Hello, Doctor.
Hello.
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 That's Dr. Frumple. I say, just who am I talking to when I say things like this? Come on, old boy, what do we need to do?
Well, I remember my school holidays in summer running through the grass.
So, green.
Chin chin, old boy, and down the hatch. Ugh. Hello in there, would you like a nice cup of tea? I say, Frumple, these fellows are being most rude.
No manners, that's the problem today.
Football.
Come on, Frumple, concentrate.
Met a chap one day who had made the most delicious honey. I got it all over my face and clothes. When Nanny washed it off, it left the bathwater such a lovely colour, like liquid sunlight.
Okay, yellow.
I hope this tastes better than it looks. No, it was worse. I really hope some part of you knows what you're doing here, old thing.
One day I stayed out too late and it started to get dark. I stumbled and fell into a ditch. The brambles cut my arms and legs something wicked. The blood stained my lovely white shirt a terrible colour.
Okay, win.
Well, here's mud in your eye, old boy. Blah. Is there any more, my friend?
Eventually the end of summer came. I had to go back to school and those rotters who called me names. I spent the last day just laying down, looking up at the clear summer sky, hoping the day would never end. Still remember the colour even now.
Summer sky. Oh. Purple's not normally a color that's in the sky. So we got snowed on, and I was supposed to do overtime today, but let's say I spent about 40 minutes trying to get back home, and leave it at that. So this is a summer day.
Is there any...
Eventually the end of summer came. I had to go back to school and those rotters who called me names. I spent the last day just laying down, looking up at the clear summer sky, hoping the day would never end. Still remember the colour even now.
I mean, I would think that'd be more like blue. So it's not like oh no, I can't like that. So either a oh wait, no, that is blue. Oh, wait, what? Wait, I see blue.
Okay, bottoms up. Yeah. Oh, my head. My word, those chemicals tasted absolutely foul.
But yeah, so I was originally supposed to walk, but I had to call in and come back home because I couldn't get there, and I got stuck on the side of the road for a while.
They did the job though, eh?
Indeed they did. Well done, my scholarly sidekick.
We'd better get a move on though. Catch up with the rogues before they scarper.
Yes, come on, let's head back outside and see what's happening. Spode.
Well, no. But I'm sure you know that by now. I thought I got away with that, you know. Would have too, if not for you meddling mammals. Just needed to play for a bit of time for our boat to arrive and get myself, Price, and her creation away from here.
You did it, didn't you? You killed Gilfrey.
Old fool was going to go public about what he'd found. We couldn't allow that.
Why not? What harm would it do?
Harm? My dear Winklebottom, it would be catastrophic. So much of what we think of as our society comes from them, you know, the humans. We cannot allow their existence to become public knowledge.
Yeah, that one day, well, I had to go and get my tile plugged because it was losing air. Like I said, I did it because we were having snow coming, so I was like, well, I'll get that done so that doesn't cause trouble. So, yeah, so that was that ended up likely being a good thing because that would have probably made Monday and today a lot more troublesome.
And so, just for that, you killed him.
No choice. We needed to tie up all the loose ends. Keep him from talking and get Bryce, her creature, and the research off the island.
Only you couldn't, could you? You didn't know about the safe, so couldn't find his papers. And then, having wasted time looking for them, the storm stopped you getting away.
Inconvenient, that was. Fortunately, we ran into Spode, and as nobody else knew him, that gave me a convenient cover to carry on looking for the research. A solicitor looking through papers. Nobody would give a second thought.
Why not just talk to Gilfrey, explain things to him? You didn't need to kill him.
Ooh, excuse me. Give a little waddle. I gotta say, this is an interesting turn of events that will basically going in the the future and humanity is extinct kind of thing, and animals have taken over. Not exactly original concept. We've seen this concept in a few different things before, but interesting still.
Too big a risk. Whatever else the humans were, they made sure everybody knew their place in the world, kept order. We need that. Our society has been shaped, molded into a replica of theirs to keep our own instincts at bay. Imagine if that got out, it would be chaos.
Well, you've buggered it up now, haven't you? We all know, and we're not going to keep quiet about it.
Oh, Dr. Frumple, you and the others are never leaving this island. I'm sorry, but that's how it's got to be. This whole thing goes far deeper than you know. And I'm afraid the two of you are just some more loose ends that I need to deal with.
Oh deal. Wasn't expecting him to have a gun.
You absolute bounder.
No! Get off us, you fool! You'll have us all over the edge!
Frumple! No!
Spilled tea. Well. Loose ends. Oh.
Well then, Culver, can I offer you a cup of tea before you go?
Most kind, sir. Most kind. I say, lovely service, wasn't it? Dr. Frumple would have enjoyed it, I think.
Indeed so, indeed so. Reverend Peabody gave a most moving sermon.
All a bit quick to my mind, but I suppose they know what they're doing.
Indeed, the impetuousness of youth, I suppose. Winslet and Constance looked very happy in any case, and Miss Clutterbug was overjoyed that she caught the bouquet.
Shame old Frumple couldn't be there. Have you seen him today?
Not yet. They say he should be out of hospital in a day or so. I think his demands for tea are starting to test the patient and the nurses, truth be told.
And he still has no idea how he managed to get back onto the beach after his fall?
None at all. I suspect we'll never know.
Oh, the octopus.
Well, anyway, how goes the case? Still no sign of the fellow who was impersonating Spode?
Not a trace of him, nor this creature you claim to have seen. He almost certainly died in the fall.
And Miss Price?
Oh, she's being most helpful. Got a full confession. Honestly, I think she was just happy that somebody was paying attention to her for once. She'll be charged as an accessory to Gilfrey's murder.
Well then, I suppose that just about wraps everything up.
Well, there is just one thing. Price had these notes on her, and this weird-looking skull. The boys at the yard don't know what to do with them, so I rather thought you might want to keep them.
Oh, Inspector Culver, I most assuredly do.
Do you think you'll go public with all this? Tell people what you know?
That will require some thought. Spode believed our whole society would collapse if people knew the truth, but, you know, I rather suspect we'll continue to muddle on just fine.
Well, let me know if you do decide to tell the world. I rather think I might just take a holiday that week.
Most wise, Inspector. Well now, how about that cup of tea?
Oh, yes. Very kind.
And this time I'll be sure to put the tea in first, just the way Frumple likes it.
Oh, that's it. Does it again. Oh, poor Fumble didn't man. Single-handedly again. They complained about that at the beginning if you're nimble. Oh.
Well, old thing, how are you feeling now?
Well, not too bad, all things considered. They say I must have cracked me cranium on some rocks when I fell into the water. Doctor says nothing important was damaged, though.
Oh, just your head then?
Anyway, have the papers picked up on the case? What are they saying about me?
Well, I shouldn't worry yourself about that right now. My immediate concern is what to do about the research we found regarding these humans. Spode, or whoever he really was, seemed to think society would collapse if people found out about them.
I mean, it's a bit of a shock that these fellows ran the place before us, but look, if they were such clever clogs, what happened to them? Can't be that smart if they wiped themselves out.
Guilford's research doesn't say. Whatever happened to them, it didn't leave a lot of evidence, just traces really, underground or in deep caves. I suppose somebody must have found books or documents and set about moulding our society along the lines of theirs. It must have taken centuries.
Some kind of secret society shaping the world? Sounds like utter bunkum to me. Anyway, what are we going to do about it? We have to tell people, don't we?
You know, Frumple, I rather think we do. We can't keep it secret. If people know the truth, then we can decide for ourselves. There's no reason to follow the path trodden by these long-dead humans. It's our world now, and I believe we have a duty to find our own way in it.
Plus, I'm bound to get a mention in the newspaper if we do.
Indeed so, Frumple. Well, I'm going to go and make a few arrangements, and then, once you're fighting fit again, we shall have a big announcement to make.
So it's gonna do little segments in the credits, I assume. Or Mr. Dumple. Fawn ones. I mean, yeah, he could like at least like bend his head down for Fumble.
This won't do at all. Send out the word. I want Lord Winklebottom, dead or alive.
Bureau of Animal Control. Interesting. So essentially, though, they're trying to say that, like he said, like a secret society molded animal culture into a human. That's interesting. It's called the Bureau of Animal Control, ironically. Ain't a super long Kickstarter list. Still a decent amount of people. But definitely have seen way longer. Curious plot line they're going with, though. Oh.
I say, Chabs, any chance you could let me out now? Getting a bit, peckish here now. Chaps? Chaps?
That's a little morbid, actually. Well, that appears to be it. That's a little shorter than I was expecting, actually. I was expecting probably at least now. What would it do? Like 35 minutes? So if I knew about that, I would have probably just forfeited it. Technically, as long as you're aware of the few missable ones in this is technically easy platinum. So I wonder what it did as the last autosave, I wonder. Let's see where it goes to.
Well, anyway, how goes the case? Still no sign of the fellow who was impersonating
It goes there.
Spoke.
Not a trace of him, nor this creature you claim to have seen. He almost certainly died in the fall.
Interesting. You can actually bring up the item thing for a second. Just a second, though. Immediately closes it.
Oh, she's being most helpful. Got a full confession.
Well then, I suppose that just about wraps everything.
Well, there is just one thing.
No way back,
Christ had
though.
these notes on her, and this weird-looking skull. The boys at the yard don't know what to do with them, so I rather thought you might want to keep them.
I gotta say, initially, I thought they were talking about Dr. Fumble having like a funeral. I was like, oh no, we're gonna do the "Hey guys, I'm alive." I think it's an interesting direction to go with the plot. Whether they actually make a sequel, since this was a Kickstarter thing, I'd be a little interested to see whether the plot goes. I mean, it'd be a interesting, like, an animal bureau trying to keep that, like, the society was evolved from a previous species, or how they act on that. It's an interesting idea. They can totally do some interesting ideas with it. Whether they can or would, because I mean, like I said, this was a Kickstarter. Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna go Twitter, the Lord Winklebottom investigates. So let's see. So the company's called Cave Monsters, which is the Winklebottom Twitter account. Don't look like they got too much going on. Yeah, so I don't see anything going on too much on the company, you know, so can't really say whether they have a sequel planned or if they just meant to have a cliffhanger there and never like go on it. I think the game has some charm to it, to be honest. It's certainly not a, I should say, the Game of the Year material, but as it does what it is, and we didn't really encounter any real problems. So at a low level, this is an okay little point-and-click game, but not super involved in it. So so I guess another one bites the dust here,